Should the Patriots tank?
They're not tanking. No, they shouldn't tank. I don't think teams tank anywhere near as often as you think they do. Let's put it that way.
Okay,
but no, I don't think the Patriots should tank.
So explain. You think most teams get down there, or it's unintentional?
Oh, yeah, for the most part, yeah. I mean, I think that you could make an argument that what was the year that Peyton Manning had to miss the whole year?
Yeah, Curtis Painter.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, what did they do before that? They went out and signed Kerry Collins to try to stem the tide. Their intention wasn't to tank. They went out and tried to fix it, realized we ain't going to be able to fix this, and then they tanked. It was Curtis Painter. It was old friend Dean Orlovsky. And I think that they probably said, we need to get the number one pick here. But I don't think they went into that season saying we need to get the number one pick. We have to tank.
Hey, fair enough. I don't dispute that a lot of the sucking is just unintentional.
Yeah.
I guess I'm talking to the fans that say they should go for a high draft pick again, and this is a good place to be.
Yeah, I don't think that you go into a season thinking that way, but the Jim Murray mode of, really, are you going to kick yourself if Jaden Daniels ends up being far superior to Drake May because you won one of those two games down the stretch?
Thanks a lot, Chad Ryland.
Right. And it's so that's not necessarily saying I think they should tank. It's we're out of it. We're 2-10. I don't mind if we finish 2-15 instead of 4-13. You know what I'm saying?
And my belief is if you become that team, it's not going to work for you.
Yeah, and you believe in karma? And
I do. I do. I do. I believe in juju and karma and the great teeter-totter.
Isn't this the guy
life.
who was always telling us stop being a child? When you're worried about your home team.
Karma's not childish.
Yes,
it's
in that it is.
No, it's not.
No,
it's the force. It's karma.
It's the force.
The very real force.
It's one of the
your eyes are like using the force.
No, see, I think it's a very simple thing. You get from life what you put in.
Absolutely.
So, I would say this. I
don't think it's childish at all.
So why is Cincinnati a terrible organization?
Because
they're cheap.
They're clowns. They're unqualified, cheap clowns.
Right. Not because they have some
the owner's like a
bad
slumlord.
cosmic, aura around them because they tanked and they're inept. They don't spend any money, and I kind of agree with you guys. I think it's a matter of time. I think this window is going to close on them because they're not going to retain all this talent that they've done such a great job of getting over the last 5 years.
Yeah, so,
But that's ineptitude. That's not a cosmic force at work against them.
Well, it sort of is.
It's both.
He's dumb.
It's
and
both.
He's cheap. It's a bad combo.
They just won't get any good luck because they don't deserve any. And I kind of do believe in that. I don't think that's childish at all. There's whole cultures that are built on that, Paul. It's a golden rule. So you put out what his man said. What you put out, you get out what you put in. Treat others as you treat them. Why is it related? It just is.
In the Detroit thing, which I heard coming in. See, I didn't hear Mazz ripping me yesterday at the drive-thru. I missed that. I missed that yesterday. But I did hear you guys today. Detroit, they were willing to move on. They were okay moving on. Matthew Stafford demanded a trade. They didn't have a choice. They had to trade him.
They had a
choice. He didn't want to play anymore, just like Carson Palmer in Cincinnati. He wasn't going to play for them.
Okay.
He wanted out. They got a quarterback, by the way, that had already been to a Super Bowl in return, and they wrote it out with him.
And everyone saw, they could have drafted a quarterback in 2021. They were sitting there at number 7 with Justin
but they
Fields
thought their guy was better, so they didn't.
Exactly. Precisely.
He's good. I know you guys think every quarterback.
I don't. Don't look at me.
Take it up with Murray.
Jared Goff is good.
I agree.
Is he like a stud? Is he one of the all-time greats?
No.
Don't look at me.
Not. But he's good.
The most fans, their mentality, Murray's mentality is for sure. Jared Goff, F him. He sucks. Lose draft a quarterback.
Yeah, but again, you're slumming it now, so you'll take a bum that can get you to 9 to 10 wins. So
now
that's
you
all.
don't have to worry about that.
I still hate him, but I'll accept him.
But most fans, I think, would not accept. The thing that I wanted them to do was sign Baker Mayfield or sign Kirk Cousins and still draft the guy if you wanted to, but start with one of those guys. And most fans look at me like I got 3 heads. Those guys suck. What have they ever won? And now you're going to draft a guy, and if you're just one of these sucky teams that drafts a quarterback and got nothing else, it ain't going to work.
So, all right, let's go back to, because that's a different argument.
It's kind of the same.
No, but this one's you're saying they should have gotten
Jared Goff.
That's
a Jared Goff equivalent.
Okay, so what do you think Jared Goff or Kirk Cousins would have the 24 Patriots poised to do?
This team right here?
Yeah.
Well, they'd have to do a little bit more. So my plan was not just the quarterback, but also they would landed one of these receivers. They would have not been such a-holes about the offensive line. Like it was part of a package of things.
Right.
So it wouldn't just be in a vacuum, Kirk Cousins and nothing else.
So I agree with you. And I actually would have liked to have seen them be a little bit more aggressive in the bridge guy than Jacoby Brissett. But again, we're talking about different things. Like there was missteps with the offensive line. Like even at this juncture, they're going to play a game on Sunday, a real game. Remember Bill used to always say, like, we don't have to line up and play this week. Well, they do have to line up and play this week, and they do not have a guy on the roster that's ever played left tackle.
It's insane.
For any significant amount of time.
It is. It's unbelievable.
Like, so to your point, if you want to get Baker Mayfield or Kirk Cousins, I would say I'm not going to argue against that, but you needed to do some of those other things, too, if you expect it to be a playoff team.
That is true. And that was my plan. Okay, I don't like this plan.
Yeah, I don't hate the Felger plan, but I'm a big Drake May guy. I told you that before the draft. That was the guy I liked. I like him more than Daniels. I thought that was a sort of a Celtics-like break to get the guy you wanted anyway without having to be ahead of them in the draft order. So I don't think your Chad Ryland thing is going to come back and haunt them.
Oh, we'll see. We get to root for it all year because I didn't get the guy I wanted.
You know what I love? The hate watching.
I know he's
watching from Jim. Love it.
Got the consolation
prize. And
prize.
I got you this week, huh? On pregame, I got you.
Huh?
You doing pregame?
Oh, yeah.
I was like, maybe I heard that wrong.
So you confused me too.
But just to get back to the Lions, to that point, when they traded for Goff, the first guy they took was an offensive tackle.
And they could have. That was the quarterback.
They had
here.
the quarterback.
Well,
right,
but
that's what they're good. What do you think they're going to do?
Most fans here would say you did not have the quarterback. They just took back money for money because Stafford was out.
No. But what I'm saying is they didn't have to get a quarterback because they had one who had already established himself as being at least at a level.
Capable.
You're saying that, but I'm telling you, most fans here would say Jared Goff is what we got back. Draft a guy.
Michael, what do you say about most fans? They don't know.
Well, so these are the people I'm speaking to.
Right. Okay. But my point is,
this is why I'm teaching them a lesson today.
Penny Sewell, you might have that next year. Like you have Drake
too
May.
Late. Well, not too late.
They're not going to go for another quarterback next year. They might go for Will Campbell.
I'm just saying, Paul, I liked Goff more than most, but Detroit basically took back a middler.
Yeah.
Okay.
They certainly didn't know they were going to get this level of play.
And,
I would agree with you on
instead of just panicking and with that top 10 pick in 2021, getting it on the quarterbacks, they just held their water, drafted a tackle. They had a bad year that first year with Campbell and Goff. They could have done, that next quarterback draft. This is what we were saying. This is where I think luck intervened. They were sitting there with the second overall pick. And if that was one of these quarterback years, they probably would have gotten sucked into drafting the quarterback. And this is kind of a lesson.
And that's why I felt it was important that the Patriots last year, in this past draft, used it on a quarterback.
I just think getting sucked in.
There were quarterbacks available, and you don't ever know if you're going to get stuck with the 3 pick in a year that Kenny Pickett's the only first-round caliber quarterback.
I think it's kind of the opposite.
At 20.
Well, but I look at it the other way. I look at thank God they didn't have the second pick in 2021, where they're picking between Zach Wilson and Trey Lance and Justin Fields and Mac Jones. Thank God there was no quarterback there. They were saved from themselves because there wasn't all this grotesque hype on a guy that's probably not going to work out. Most of those guys don't work out, Paul. You know that. Most of them don't work out. It's a fact.
So is the plan going forward never draft a quarterback in the top 10? Because if you do, you're an a-hole?
I would say that.
No, but don't get sucked into it. He's got to be worth it.
I would say that you're right in terms of the strict numbers. I would push back and say there are more guys that you can win with than you think. That's all.
You're looking at a guy with a low quarterback bar. Don't look at me. Look at Murray.
The 21 draft
Everybody sucks.
has been bad. I mean, you can't get around it.
All terrible.
It's one guy that I think you can quote-unquote win with and 4 guys that you can't.
Do you want to do the exercise? Do you want me to give you the top 3?
No, I don't. I actually had it. I used to bring it in my little trusty folder all the time when I was arguing with you last year about it.
It's called drafthistory.com. It's very simple.
You're going to be forced against your will, Paul, whether you like it or not.
Open wide.
Felger Mazz waterboarding.
Deflategate?
The Felger Mazz waterboarding will commence.
Quarterback assault.
Grab your ankles.
Quarterbacks drafted in the top 3. Going back, I go back into the late 90s because it helps serve my agenda a little bit.
Can we not do the late 90s? Can we keep it to like the modern era?
Well, let's define that, shall we?
Like to call
Here are quarterbacks taken in the top 3. You tell me yes or no, meaning if you drafted the player here, you feel good about him. And be fair.
Okay.
I'll try the best I can to.
Is only Paul participating, or
I'm going to guarantee that I'm going to have more yeses than the panel.
No, because you're not fair. Bryce Young.
Jerry's still out.
No.
The answer is no.
You're already
The
not.
answer is no.
You're not being fair.
Paul.
Why can't you evaluate
We
talent?
have
No,
to do a
we did.
show today.
Thank
we
you.
have a
Sucks.
show
I'm
to
going to
do
say
today.
yes. I think you can win with
stop
it.
it.
Oh,
No,
that's
he
a
sucks.
mistake.
Please.
It's
God, this is
horrible.
Go ahead.
useless.
Keep going.
No, playing the
Well, if that's yes,
Keep
then it's
going.
Playing
that's
the-
a-
playing
that's
the-
a hold on. Wait a
no-brainer.
minute.
Playing the role of Greg Bedard today is Paul
I'm going to
Perillo.
say, so there's a vote, and you've been outvoted, so that's a no.
You lose.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud.
Yes. Is
Yes.
that okay?
Yes.
Yes,
Did he do enough last year?
Yep.
Is
Yes,
that
he
okay?
did. Yeah. How come you can vote on him and it's not too early on him, Paul?
I voted yes on Bryce Young. You guys overruled me.
If we're going to do this
And you
for
were
every
wrong.
guy, we're not going to get through this.
Okay, go.
Trevor Lawrence.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, I take
No.
that back.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
Do you think Jaguar fans are like, yeah?
No, but I think they have a guy that they can
It's a
win with.
tie. That's a tie.
Okay.
Zach
All
Wilson.
no's.
Zach Wilson.
All
no.
no's.
Trey Lance.
No.
No.
Joe Burrow.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, these are just taken in the top 3.
Yes and yes.
Kyler Murray.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No. What?
You can win with him.
Oh, he blows.
No. I'm
No.
a yes. I'm a
He
yes on that.
blows. That guy
lose.
blows.
No. No.
You can win with Kyler Murray.
No.
He sucks. He's no good.
Again,
See, this is the problem. Is you
for
guys
the
think
teams,
everybody sucks.
that Murray does. I'm saying
I'm a yes on
Just 'cause
Kyler Murray.
yes.
if you drafted him, do you feel good as the team that drafted him?
Yeah.
Where you drafted him. They do not feel good about Kyler Murray.
No.
He's got to lay off the video games.
All
but
right.
yes.
Can we? All right. So I know
Baker
what this is-
Mayfield.
No.
No.
I wouldn't
Thank
feel
you.
good about
Sam
it.
Darnold.
No.
Mitch Trubisky.
No.
no.
Jared Goff, Carson Wentz.
Yes,
No.
Yes. No.
No. The Rams didn't feel good about him. They traded him.
The team that drafted
That
him.
team that
They
drafted
got a
him.
better guy.
Winston and Mariota.
No.
No.
Bortles.
No.
No.
Drunk.
Andrew Luck.
Yes.
Yes.
Robert Griffin.
Up until the knee injury, yes.
Yes.
That's a hard one because of the injury. I would say yes.
Cam
the
Newton.
talent was there.
Yes.
Yes.
Sam Bradford.
No.
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 Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Oh, the team that drafted him.
Team that drafted him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd say yes on him.
Matt Ryan.
Yes.
Yes.
Jamarcus Russell.
No.
No.
Vince Young.
No.
No.
Alex Smith.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
The team that drafted him. No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They
One-
traded him. If they
one
were so
playoff
happy
games
with,
for them.
If they were so happy with Alex Smith, why did they trade him?
I can't tell you why
They got
traded
someone
the
better.
guy. They felt like Kaepernick was better. They were wrong.
He was
what
good.
do you want me to tell you?
He was good under Harbaugh.
He was excellent
It's fine.
when he had coaching. This is my whole point. Like, don't confuse the ineptitude of an organization for
They tend
bad decisions in personnel.
to go hand in hand.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.